welcome back. We're here with more Disco Elysium. So we finished off. Where were we? We just woke up on the second day, and we said no to drugs, as everyone should, really. What else am I doing? I don't really remember. NGL. Let's try to wake up Kim, I guess. Is he 7:30? It's pretty early, I guess. Hello? Kim? Hello?
The door is closed. Still nothing.
Dude, she might not be okay if she's still in that shower. That random girl from the beginning of day one. Need to pass time? Buy a book. I hate games where time matters. It stresses me the fart out. Whoa, the union's there. Every time that music starts, I think it's a start to, a speech bubble. Does that mean he has something to say? Or is that to add him to the party? Oh.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Yeah.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
And we need to talk to them.
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Yeah, it's fair.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
And what do you mean by rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez
Good
isn't
word.
exactly enthusiastic about the RCA being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Yeah, we're not going to call for enforcement, so let's
One
roll.
more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Good morning.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Howdy, Lena. What's kicking?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
That's not really an applicable line to what I said, but okay.
A faint smile tells you she appreciates the effort, but at the moment her mind is on more serious matters.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Why'd you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
I was looking, because we don't have a date. I don't know what day of the week it is, because it's the second time someone has referenced a day of the week, but I have no clue what day it is. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
Your husband is some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
I like what she says with a pinch of pride. It is very clear she's proud because her name is the cryptozoologist's wife. What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
The lieutenant sounds unimpressed.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Yeah, okay. When she said cryptids, I'm thinking like Mothman now.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The waterlock is broken.
The waterlock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who's this Gary person? No, we know why. The waterlock.
Oh my. What happened to the waterlock?
Word around the canal, some weird new cryptid destroyed it. Probably just some technical problem.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Can't believe I had to roll to remember the waterlock is broken, because I actually remembered.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
No.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Mothman.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the waterlock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
All right, so... Oh, wait, let's learn more about these cryptids. This rare insect might do it.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
Whoa. Ooh, those are words I don't know.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh, yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast.
Dang, another cool
Hence
word.
its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
She looks you in the eyes and nods thoughtfully.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think the phasmid is around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
How big is it? Like, is this a big thing that, like, crawls like a turtle with a bunch of reeds on its back? Is it, like, small? Because reeds aren't super big. Well, I guess they kind of are. I don't know. So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have.
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Wow, it sounds useless. What's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
All right, maybe you can convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. 72% chance.
You're an
Hell no.
enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids. Bring
We
it
don't
on.
have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
That's all for now, ma'am. Gardner.
Let me handle this. Detective Disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
You lied to me. You're not a gardener.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
She crosses her arms.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Imagine if that's all it took. I don't recognize their authority, and they're like, dang.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
I should talk to Tyson. I didn't actually really want to start this. Tuesday. Okay, so yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday. This is what I've taken on. Oh, right. I can go talk to Measurehead. Because I internalized advanced race theory. Oh, I should save. I should save. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power, like police officers. I can drop off my taro. I know. What is it? Taro? Taro is like a potato, a purple potato. Equip a flashlight in low light areas. Hobocop.
The tear machines, your bottles clunk.
And you know what? I should get the map as well. Let's get the map first. This Measurehead is going to be a thing, so. Why does he run at such a weird frame rate? It's so odd.
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to?
Do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
That machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool.
You want to take a closer look?
A fine machine. Run your hand over the smooth
Yes.
metal surface.
An extraordinary machine.
God, these guys are getting boners. They're fully torqued.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
You need to slam it. Can't make it more imposing.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo it up.
Drop the ride 2 hundo mil. Get the camber to frosty minuses.
No, that's porno tuning.
What about the spinners then, huh?
Those spinners were elegant, sleek, radiant even. What you're suggesting is porno.
Trust me, it's cool.
Porno. That's short for pornography.
What's wrong with pornography?
That's a negative on the porno. Thank you, though.
No one in the history of convictions has been more sure of anything.
What's it packing there? Point to the engine.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
That's what? Rub's chin. A 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
The lieutenant is trying to suppress a smug smile. Unsuccessfully.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
All right, let's move. What's in there? No, what in there made the infernal whining sound that woke me?
You mean the coil noise?
What is coil noise?
When variable current passes through wires that make up the coils on the electrical system on this machine, it causes vibration in the wires and the cores of the coils. When the frequency of the current in the coils falls within the audible range, the resulting vibration creates the whiny sound you mentioned.
Whatever you do, don't make fun of the lieutenant for explaining this to you.
Wow. How do you know all that?
I have pretty much maintained my vehicles by myself ever since one was assigned to me. You inevitably pick up some knowledge on the way.
There's pride in there. A trained driver knows his ride.
All right, let's move. Just stop to talk to Kim about his car. I like that. Oh, who's this? Drunk man. Just tease ain't nothing to me. Oh, another human. You see a sturdy woman humming to herself. She seems to be browsing books. A good one? Point at the book.
Yes? Hello?
She nods, her attention fully focused on reading. Very sturdily. Who are you?
Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
That checks out.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
Have a good day.
This was a tremendously useful interlude.
Hello again, sir.
Shouldn't you be in school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
She's looking for the right word. Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
That sounds rather serious. I should probably look into this. Narrow your eyes and look through the creaking boards on the window.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
How does this curse manifest itself?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Fine. I'll show you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
What do you know about the other failed businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Strokes chin. Enough about the curse for now.
maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
He loves stroking his chin today. Huh, very interesting. Strokes chin. I really want to get in there, though. Okay, we're just going to go right to it. Oh, nice. The light turned on this time.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you,
Oh, right
covered
through a
in
minute.
dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Okay, 12, 17%. Hell yeah.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side, but you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
You're thinking, yeah, I just read that. I gotta try to get a text message. Wordless. We're just gonna smash it. No, we're gonna say, fuck, it hurts. Jeez, dude, that was so loud. that startled me. Hello? Oh, my thought complete. Did. Completed. Oh, and the little guy gets smaller and smaller as he rises above the dollhouse world. You can see him in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally, in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning, a modern death, divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. So I can zoom out with 20% more, and all the motorics learning caps are raised by 1. That one is pretty whack, I ain't gonna lie. Like, why do I need to zoom out even more? Well, okay. Man's just got something to say. Let's, Frig, I can't quick save, because I can't overwrite my quick save. I'll screw it.
What is this place?
I think this may be Artemetip's boxing club for young athletes.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Let's keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Dude, it sounds like that would have been cool. Oh, damn, dude. Look at... Whoa! High tech. Sounds like that would have been cool with the only thing that you can see is a beam of light. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have ray tracing, so it's a pretty well-lit room. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Dude, this is actually cool. I like the flashlight. Poster says, Sidious, Fortis, and the rest is worn off.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Look, Kim, it's a... Oh, wait, let's say this first. Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Wrestler?
It's just a memory.
Oh, thanks, Logic.
A memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would remove the collars? Should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I really need to up my strength. Or not wall bars, they look unsafe. Man, being a kid in wall bars, smells like leather and sweat. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. Is this a horror game? Is this Amnesia? Wild animals stare at you in the dark. A long demijohn full of strange liquid. What the hell is a demijohn? Demijohn? Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blads. All these mannequin bodies. Naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color. Blue velvet soft to the touch. Moth bitten. More blades. Skis and antlers. Oh shoot, there's some money in here. Wait, what's this? Filament memory. What is that? Cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. It's an intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule note. No, production schedule. Note. This filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Fancy. Is that Emma's atelier? Or the clothes it used to display? Who? Who's Emma?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
The radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
What he means is that these things cost money. Why would anyone just leave it behind? This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside, baby.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment.
Insert it.
Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Play it.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned horn, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
She's so cute. Look at this old lady.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
This is so weird. Is she alive? What's the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean yeah, thanks for the
That
explanation.
was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
You should ask her for a hint.
Password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Is it my birthday?
Still no.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
The voice of the machine asks again. She sounds cold in the damp air. I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
What are you? A machine? Or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Okay. Where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
The old lady's voice disappears along the static. I didn't ask why Fortress Accident, because it's like, yeah, places have names.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Perfect. Leave.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing. Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Il Mara. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Do the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe. The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black. Another note says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
Let's look at the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. It looks a bit like an academic calendar, only much more brutal.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones.
So this is all a game, right? I'm very confused on this if this is real things that have happened.
Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat-death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Okay, I'm back to being sure this is just a game.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins casting wax-based magic.
That's actually kind of a neat idea. Candle-based wax.
Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether Welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Let's look at him. It's got to be important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
One of them is a welcome supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Lieutenant nods the Welkin's facial hair. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkin.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they thinking?
Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games, only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing game? Oh, they're making computer games, what they're saying.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
How are they planning on doing that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Has anyone done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. The world's cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room, but the pipes howl and a rat cart crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
I leveled up. What are things I need to do? I need to do physical instrument. I need to do endurance. Physical instrument, I just keep failing. Like anything that requires strength, I keep failing. Like, my guy doesn't have to be a beast, but, like, come on. It's so annoying. My volition's super good. Super, super good. Several fair, I keep losing. I'm not doing too bad, but I've lost a couple that were, like, kind of bigger, which sucks. Endurance is just, like, straight health, which would be nice. Logic, I've lost one, but it's not that big of a deal. My authority is pretty low. Let's do endurance. Having more health points would be nice. Even like this, having 3 would be nice. Before Birch Creek, shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Postcard.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney.
Knock on it.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens.
Knock on it harder.
Still nothing. No one's home.
Knock even harder.
Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
Well,
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
it's not random, it's significant. I want to see what's on the other side.
Why do you think there's something on the other side, necessarily?
You can see a spark of curiosity in his eyes.
In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Why can't I just lift it? Scribbled across an outboard, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Well, we're going outside apparently. Oh. Magnesium. I am a magnesium-based life form. This sick bear
You
fridge.
see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
Crack it open.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Cam, it's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
Look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points to the red snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Close the door. We don't need to see the ice cream wrapper. Handwritten note from the fridge.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over his shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read it.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Soif.
Wonder who wrote the note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they'll leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
With that. Ice cream maker, defrost and unplugged. Open it. There's a hidden doorway here. Two rusted rifles are hidden above the piping and look inoperable. Someone has stuck busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around this room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Look, there's a hole in the wall here.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
No, you do the honors.
Sure. Okay, here's some more rifles. None of these seem to be working. No!
His hand reaches in, rummaging in the dark.
An old Belmagrave rifle. That's rare to find in such good order. Seems to no longer be functional, but still rare. Here.
This should cheer you up.
It's yours, officer. You found this place.
What does this mean? Rifle here.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Was nice of him to give me that gun. Not worth a hole on it. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Try to crack the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here.
I have
No,
one.
this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time.
Alright.
If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your...
Well, I don't need to try again, because I've been told I don't need to.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one
Unplug
to
the
the
black
back.
one.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black. It's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but
Unplug the
doesn't
red one.
an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Dude, you sure? Can we take this bird? Be like, we're replacing the bird for you. +1 drama. Man, but that's giving me +1 physical instrument.
This orange machine is dead still.
Heroic.
It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner, and the ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jet. You see the pry bar's metal handle
No.
bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it. But this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Okay. Oh, wait, there was something over here.
Yes?
Oh, no. Wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs, the echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs. We should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on with these curtains.
Kick it with your foot.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Okay.
You feel something in your chest.
No way.
Natural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm.
Help someone.
Yeah. Screaming isn't happening on account of
Try to
extreme.
remain
All
conscious.
you feel is pain and weakness.
Why'd that take 2 health
You
away from
have
me?
to surrender now. We all do.
I had 2
Health
health.
suffers from.
So he got hit, and I should have 1 health left. Mother, father. Because that would have hurt. Oh, so dumb. Oh, and my level up is gone. Oh, and I gotta reread all this. Oh.
This old fire, radio frequency, unclear.
Yeah.
It looked, you think so? They must have had massive. Whoever a list of names. All of this is. There's
My God. It's as if the schedule.
nothing.
What else? Nothing.
Your flesh, some of the writing. These
Please someone knock on the door so hard it
one of the
hurts.
Welkins. It's the hull door.
An inordinate amount of. Some people. This looks like. Just look at.
And for what? The photo, entire,
Oh,
albeit
God,
dark,
there's
a
so
pin
much.
post. It looks a bit like an academic. As time goes,
Looks like they did.
a note in the book. The handwriting is the full text.
I think I had that conversation. I have no clue.
Okay. What do you think is going? Yeah.
Like he's
It looks like when.
utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through Colin station. Then there's the.
Coordinating.
Not to my. But I don't think any. Indeed. No idea. Indeed. It's ambitious and untethered from reality, but it's too late for. Okay. Let's.
Okay, now we put another one in endurance, which is what I had before, except it didn't close, which means I have 3, which means I almost have twice. So dumb. Alright, let's go. We're gonna examine this so we can ask about it.
An iron safe. What an odd thing to do. Still nothing.
Leave. Oh, now this isn't even lighting up. There was something up here. Hell yeah, I even know in the dark. We won't comment on the little shoes, I guess. Classic Disco Elysium.
You see a terrifying gust of freezing cold air. The lieutenant takes a peek.
Of course. Let's take a look.
The shelves are empty. You pocket the note.
Good question. I know. What is he?
The fridge. The note is. This is someone. You find the filament memory with the offside.
Looks like that's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a. Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the filament memory. I don't know.
I must examine it all.
A few bricks of.
Seems like an old bank. There is, yes.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim.
Are these any good?
Inspect.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are five.
He likes them. Two cable and electric something close.
Why did you do that?
I don't know why you unplugged it. I do things for that reason.
The lieutenant raises his brows.
Got a sick new shirt. I got a brand new shirt. Check it out. It's my brand new
This
shirt.
orange machine is, you slip, no. If you want to try, turning the crank feels oddly, it's all gone now.
Okay, let's go examine this thing. I should have done this in a different order. Doing so much backtracking.
The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. A friendly cartoon bear. The paper still.
Or bear. I killed him.
A thick layer. Looks like this furnace has a face. It's dark. The echo is.
What are you doing? Wait, we should ask the lady in the bookstore what looks like it. No one has used it in ages.
What's down here? Some rail. And a cellar window. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Is this smoking lady? Is there one I keep harassing? Morning, Kuno. You get up there. You must be inside the whirling rags. Like, how else would you possibly get up there? Now that I know you can, I want to. Oh, I could probably unequip my flashlight. Good morning, guard. How would I get to the roof? What the heart? There's 100% nowhere to get up. Am I on drug? Unless she has access to the roof from her hotel room. But that just seems outrageous. Hello? How did you get up there? It's impossible. Guess that's why she can hear me knocking. This music. Why do they have one song in here? And why does it not even fit the tone? Oh no, the song is gone. I'm gonna come downstairs. Never mind. do? I guess we can go talk to the bookstore owner and be like, what the heck is with this part of your business? No, we didn't even buy a map. That's all. This all started when I went to buy a map. It's been like an hour, and my first goal was to get a map, and I haven't completed it yet.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Sometimes it's necessary to resort to extreme measures.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
What are you talking about? It's just a door.
Just a door? This place is cursed, Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host Almighty, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Curse? But I thought the curse wasn't real.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman.
It's a weird difference in the
All
script
right.
and that.
You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
Her eyes narrow as she whispers the name. Of course, the entity. Closes eyes. I didn't see her, but I sensed her presence. No, I don't think so.
Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her.
Oh, you mean the chimney that's part of the central furnace? I heard voices coming from there.
Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery too.
Maybe we will then. First, let's buy a map.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda.
We'll buy it.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Dang. I was gonna say, I'm like, why is the sleeping dock worker flashing? Oh, cool. So there's things you can try again. Those in white are available to try now. Set of tracks. Try the set of tracks again.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Trace a path through the grid.
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North. Finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
Okay. That was weird. All aside there. The door is so beat up. I'm gonna go try the tracks again before I forget. Because I would like to know what vehicle was used. Oops. I'm trying to click on the ground. I'm clicking on the symbols.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
All right, 42%. Let's go. Wait, not now.
You see
42%,
a set
let's
of
go.
tire tracks in the brown. No.
Hell no.
These tracks are.
Quick load. All right, we got tire tracks on the ground. Let's go. Let's go.
You see a set of tire tracks in the... No.
Hell no, dude. You got one more try. You gotta save scrub. Do the same thing and follow.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brick. The tire tracks were
yeah.
left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there
So they didn't actually go in, they just hit it and backed out.
and then accelerated straight into the fence.
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
Where? Again, like if you went there, you'd hit this. And it says it stopped just before hitting the building, but like tons of space. All right. A car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city.
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
Is this connected to the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there.
All right, let's go see if we can yell into the furnace. I should have tried the outside door. But I didn't. Because the outside door will take me right to the furnace, and I don't have to go, like, into the curse door, out through the thing, out through the thing, out through the thing. Save myself a couple loading screens. Or I will have added loading screens. We'll find out. How do we think it's going to go? Hell yeah. Shout out to leaving the door unlocked. Hello?
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Okay, we're gonna quick save again. 72%, but I
A thick
can't risk not
layer
getting
of
it.
coal dust covers something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Is it Kuno?
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
Why don't
After
you answer
you,
when I
officer.
knocked? Don't kick it. It's bloody Kuno. Kind of sound like Yvonne for a second. I was like, what? But you're supposed to be on the radio. Whoa, I don't have my flashlight equipped, that's why. I was like, what is happening? Was he too scared to walk in the dark? That is exactly what is happening. Watch, I'll walk, no problem now. Yep. Yeah. That's where she goes. Oh, hello. Tray's full of dice. Hundreds of them. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. I think she's the game master. Ooh, nice window. Damn.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Oh, cool name, Nia. I really like that name. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by Milius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Why are you asking me about dice? Oh wait, you must have considered with someone else having knocked your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure. I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 rel per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
What do you know about the man who was lynched by the Whirling Ranks?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops and tries to come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You never took your eyes off your work to look at the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
That's fair. I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyways? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there's still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Dang, dude, I'm jealous.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
The lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into the shadows above.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
I explain what happened to the businesses then. Actually, let's do this one. Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookshelf isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on. The Whirling in Rags is part of the Doom commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Central project.
But it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach it.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files and wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Because they're competent, dedicated to the craft. I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
She leans forward in her chair to study her face.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
She says as she pinches the root of her nose.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
I should probably buy dice.
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
I'm to the gym.
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Okay. And who is Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
That's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing gym.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines. Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
What is a snuff mean?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
They're brain dances.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-Roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Then she lets it go. Did someone around here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights. What in the name of?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently, chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Glad someone took care of the little guys. I like insects.
Really? Anyway.
She looks up at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on her back, lying on its back, legs curled up in a bow tie.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
There was a terrifying taxidermy bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
All right, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
She leans back disapproving.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritte does the same thing.
I noticed that girl just like that. She works in the Frita and as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT, and they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing her thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I killed the bear.
You did what?
She rolls her silver chair over an inch closer to you, unsure whether she heard you right. I unplugged the fridge to help Revachol ICT cut their losses.
Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
What is the vision beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life.
Okay.
By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Oh, hell yeah.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the wearing light.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream CSA. Someone answered.
It can't be true.
SCA.
They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There's a moment before she recognizes the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
You're right. I probably just got made fun of.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
Actually, the Slipstream SCA might have been a recording. I got called again and got the exact same message.
Why would Slipstream SCA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
He looks around.
Sure, I'm listening.
I do not have any more questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Okay, 8% let's try it.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm.
Start taking off her clothes. You need to connect.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you know the Wirral untethered setting? I want a dice for that.
Ah, yes. Fortress Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wirral untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice, and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Okay.
Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Bye. Oh wait, I was gonna ask her about the game.
I'm listening. Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some sort of remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw 2 of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallways as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind the curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
From what I've seen, the project did seem to look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Man, her voice is gonna put me to sleep.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is incredibly hard.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Her eyes wander the shelves full of die prototypes and discarded models.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
No.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Nothing. Thank you. I'll be back. I can examine the boots now. I'll check the computer to see if I have the password, and if not, I guess I'll try again when I get the dice.
Tiles on the cube ask the speaker.
Good morning. Please repeat. Is this the production
Let's try the
schedule?
password.
Good. Please repeat.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
Fortress, thank you.
Tiles on the cube.
Okay, Okay, we'll go talk to Placence about how she's not haunted. Oh. Nice. It's the ball for the game. I can't remember. Boule? The boule?
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
Yeah. I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, ma'am. I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
There is no curse. Because there are too many inconsistencies.
Too many inconsistencies? What kind of talk is that?
First, you are one of the inconsistencies.
I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for the protection they provide.
As I said, she's a novelty dice maker. Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse.
Red blotches appear on her skin.
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some
70.
books, or be on your way.
She concludes, tucking the pendant away in her blouse.
Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Farewell. Well, that's pretty much all we can do. What are we gonna level up? I really should just level up some stats. I feel like physical entry is what I should do, but finger guns. You promised a gun, I'm just certain. So my logic is, if I put it in the stats, I know that I'm going to get something good because it's just straight up a stat. But these other perks are like, they're useful. So it's like kind of handy. But I like the risk of these thoughts. These thoughts are fun. But physique is so nice. I don't want to mess up. I feel like this is gonna be like my Fallout playthrough, where I just absolutely screw my character. Let's do finger guns. I want to do finger guns. I don't want to get rid of any of these, I don't think. There's none that I'm like, these are bad. So I may as well unlock a new spot instead of forgetting. Savoir-faire. -2 sucks. How long is that one? An hour though, so it's not too long. All right, it's getting late. I should probably go to bed. Because I don't wanna be too groggy tomorrow. You know, big day. Let's give these guys back their boule. And we'll be done. Wow, that zoom out is far now.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
Found you guys a new bull.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
I'm very sorry. It's the best I can find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Okay, let's try again. 28%.
Still.
Nope.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer?
Anything you tell me about this rifle?
Still have a game to finish. It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable.
His moves are quick and precise as he first checks the weapon, then aims it at the sea. This man knows firearms intimately.
This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there.
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Thank you for your time. There we go. We replaced the bull. We're a freaking genius. Let's go. Oh, wait. Oh, man. I'm never going to end up finishing. I want to go to the statue and take a look at the... Well, I guess I can't answer my question. Take a look at the statue in the square here. Oh, I got the star in my head. Because apparently it's a thing. No? Is it not a thing anymore? What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
And what does that mean?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
They skipped the first line. He called it the Sola Arum. It was obscene.
The man certainly knew how to live.
I like to sleep on gold, hustler style.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
So he's addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie.
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
This is a lot to process.
His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
So where is he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
And what happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
It's a little ironic.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant. So funny and nihilistic.
People in Martinaise tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco-Negros and the Solas.
What about Negros?
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop and a sprinter and a money printer.
I guess I've made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself.
Wait, what was that about shooting myself in the mouth?
Are you rich?
No, actually, I'm not.
That's right. You work harder than anyone. You almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
The system is broken.
Boo-hoo. The system is broken. The establishment is keeping me down. That's not the fuck yeah attitude you're used to. What is this? Why are you so poor?
Fucking taxes, man.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
Really? Every time I sneeze?
Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony, one tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you. Here, total tax duties add up to 98% of all your money.
I'm signing on to something now? So this is the opposite of being a communist? I'm guessing? Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Bloody nipples? What? Opt in, but only a little? No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now.
Here you go, hustler. Fight the
God.
righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Wow, what a way to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. We solved a ghost. We became a free market fundamentalist. And we did nothing to solve this murder case yet. So tune in next episode to find out if we ever do it. We're not, probably. But thank you. Bye.